hope traders and investors alike were green yesterday. Well, the market looks really, really good here. The bullish percentage index for the Nasdaq is actually 78%, saying that 78% of the stocks in the Nasdaq, which is tech, is turning bullish. I did not check the SPX, to be honest. AMC looks good here. We pulled back Tuesday a little bit, pushed again yesterday. Clear those candle bodies, I would expect to move up. I could see AMC easily going to the 200-day here if the market holds like this. We did have very heavy put flow come in yesterday after hours. The put flow was also heavy yesterday in general, but we had some big orders come in after hours yesterday on the SPY, just worth taking note of. All right, crude. So we destroyed this bear flag we had set up with a big candle, but right now we're trading right into some resistance. I do believe we're still down just a little bit this morning on crude. Bitcoin pulling back just a little bit. We've been above this 200 and above the 9 here. We've been pulled back yesterday. Tesla sold some Bitcoin, and that gave us a little bit of pullback into the crypto market. So hopefully we can recover before this weekly candle closes and get back above that 200 and that 9. This is a very critical spot for Bitcoin, and we need to close over that area, that 200. The put to call ratio is 96. This is neutral. So here we go. This is the Nasdaq. We're at 260. Remember, 200 it's like scorching. So we are extremely overbought right now in the market. So we really need a pullback. We pull back a little bit right now, not much. Maybe seeing this bearish flow coming in. This may be what the market's seeing. We definitely need to cool off some here. We got 200 on the New York Stock Exchange. So the US dollar, so we pulled back to almost to 20. Had a decent candle yesterday. We would like to see this pull back more of this momentum. Look at the MACD here wanting to cross. Hopefully we can get this to pull back to the 50 area here. The VIX has been getting crushed. You can see us now. We're below this 200. I would expect this to continue down. If we open today and we stay below this 200 with the VIX, that's hard to say like that because the VIX doesn't actually close. It trades 24 hours a day. So, but if our daily candle today opens below that 200, then I would expect more of a move down. You can see this is yesterday's action, kind of put in like a double topish area here and right back to the bottom. So tried to take out the opening candles, got rejected there, come right back to the daily low, almost to the daily low. It didn't quite come all the way back. This is the natural gas chart. You got this rounded bottom here. This is a really nice chart. I posted this in the Discord. The 50 was the target area for right here, expecting to push up to the 50. Yesterday we cleared the 50. So UNG, LNG, TEL, definitely on watch. Boyle is another one, so want to keep a close eye on those. SPX, this is actually my trend chart. So you can see, we're still long term, medium term, we're still bearish, but the short term trend has flipped bullish. You can see this is the weekly chart. So on the weekly chart, we are finally above this 9. You can see we open down here. See how the little bar goes that way. And then this is where we, closed yesterday. Obviously, this is a weekly candle, so it's not yet closed. This is breadth. This is the breadth chart. So it's what this is telling us here. This is telling us participation. An update.
Crude down $4.10 at $95.77. Gold down $18.80 at $16.8140. Bitcoin futures down $790 at $22,905. Coming up this morning ahead of the open, Earnings from letter T, AT&T, DOW Dow, AAL, American Airlines, NUE Nucor, DHI, DR Horton, TRV Travelers, AN AutoNation, PM Philip Morris, FCX Freeport McMoran, MMC, Marsh & McLennan, BX Blackstone, ALK Alaska Air, DGX Quest Diagnostics. After the close today, COF, Capital One Financial, THC Tenon Healthcare, PPG Industries, STX Seagate.
Sounds like he's done. All right, so this is a breadth chart, this participation in the market. So what this is telling us is in the New York Stock Exchange here. So the top chart is the 200, what's above the 200. So it's telling us that 22% of the stocks in the New York Stock Exchange is above their 200-day moving average. But look, we got 50% above their 50-day moving average. So we're getting better. Again, you got the Nasdaq down here. No, I'm sorry, this is the S&P 500. You got 21% above their 200-day and the S&P 500, but once again, you got 50% above their 50-day. So this is telling us that the participation in the market's getting better. The market health is improving. Not going to overblow it. I do think that we have a lot of issues going on, and earnings can definitely affect the market. American Airlines, we are above the 50 here now, so that's a good sign. If we can hold it, they got earnings coming out, so that could change. Apple, we've been watching Apple. We've been getting some really strong moves. We got it to push up here based on the 50, pushed up again. Yesterday wasn't as big of a day at start. It did improve throughout throughout the day. Apple, the price action did improve. It started off a little weak. AMD, very strong yesterday, right into this 50. NVIDIA is trading almost exactly like AMD. It's just a little bit stronger. Look how this 9 and 20 roll over like that. This is a very nice looking chart. If we can hold above that 50, we may pull back a little bit today. We're down right now. Seeing that heavy put flow come in, I can see the market maybe pulling back, maybe putting an inside day in, so we need to be careful. Hopefully, AMD can continue to hold that 50. AFRM, nice big candle, finally getting some life into it. We've watched it chop around in this wedge, getting really tight, price action getting really tight. Finally breaking out. You're above your moving averages. You still got your 200, but you're above your 9, your 50, and your 20 right there. Pushing up, another nice looking chart. AFRM, this is AFRM's 15-minute chart. You can see the big push, come back, took a little break, and pushed right into the end of the day. Very nice looking chart. AMC wasn't quite as strong as some of the other ones, but it still had a nice push. Come back, retested your 20 there, and continued to push up on the 15. AMD, nice push. It did pull back midday. We got that Google news come in, and it did pull back, then went right back to work, pushed up to the end of the day. Amazon was trading in this wedge here, breaking out above the 9, the 50, the 20, pushing up here. Outside of the Bollinger Bands, really strong day yesterday. Could really use a day off here, to be honest. You can see anytime we get outside the Bollinger Bands, we always end up coming back in. Would be nice to get an inside day to let these oscillators cool off. Like I say, put flow is heavy on the bearish side, especially after 4 o'clock. So the big money is expecting the market to pull back. So you got Apple here. You can kind of see the double top that it put in. It went up. So it was so late in the day, you could have still worked something out. You can see the wick did come up in touch. You could have still got some pullback there, but it would have been right at the very end of the day to catch that. But you can see the open. It run at open and then just chopped around. Boeing, Not as strong of a day yesterday, but we did push up. We are outside of these Bollinger Bands still. So we're trying to push through this resistance level, and actually did see where we open up this morning. If we're above that level, I'd like it even better. Beyond Meat had a flat day yesterday. The day before was a nice push. Still a nice looking chart. I'm not crazy about that stock, but it's a nice looking chart. So you got Bitcoin here pulling back. So we had gotten above this 50. Now we're pulling back, trying to hold this 50. It's very important that we hold this 50 and we get back above that 200 and that 9 on that weekly chart. Very important. Boeing here, this is Boeing's 15-minute. You can see it was pretty stale. We did push up. You can see the daily candle did push up. Definitely not a big move at all. BTU, we're still trading flat. If we get above this 50, I do believe these coal stocks will start moving. Chewy, still watching these tight candles here. If Chewy can push up, I mean, with these tight candles, we have a move coming. That's telling us there's a move coming. So MACD steady rolling. We're still below the 200. The 20's on its way. The 9's right there. So holding a support level. If we can push up, Chewy will probably make a big move. Either way it moves because of these tight candles. You know, we got a big move coming. Just which way is the question. I'm really not liking the reactions to it now. It's been trading flat the last couple of days, and this market has been so, bullish. Everything's been moving, so I really don't like that Chewy's not been pushing with the market here. Still a nice setup. I still think there's a big move coming. I just don't know which direction. And, without it moving with the market, it may be down. So CPNG, this is one that we were watching. I've had this in a couple of different videos. We got this breakout of the pattern. Then, we tested resistance here, pulled back, actually went below the 9, got back above the 9, and then we started to rip again. Dollar Tree. So we have a fresh breakout here on volume. Now, I did not check the actual volume, but our volume bar is a little bigger than previous days. So we got a breakout on decent volume here. So this is worth watching. This is a fresh breakout. My only problem is here is we have resistance up here. You can see it. Are we going to push through that? That's the only question. We still have this big gap down here that we will probably be coming for. Double gap right there. No, it looks like we filled that one, but we still have the gap to the bottom side. So this is Exxon Mobil. You can see the push yesterday. GME, we talked about if it got over this 200, that was the area to watch on that chart. It was set up perfectly. The 200 was resistance. And if, we said if we get above the 200, we would probably move. That would have made a nice trade. If you caught that trade, congratulations. GME, you can see the 15-minute chart here. Big push it open. Got up here, chopped around, and ended up pulling back in the end of the day. So this is the Qs. This is the bottom ascending triangle that we were watching. We posted charts in the Discord. We said the market was changing, and we've gotten these 3 candles since then. So the first candle pushed up into resistance, and we pulled back. That was the Apple News Day, I believe. And then, the next 2 days we have pushed up outside. Now we are outside of the pattern. We're above the 50. Outside of the Bollinger Bands, we could really use an inside day here. I would rather see a nice, easy inside day. It's not the best to trade, but I would rather see that and see the market continue to push than to get slammed down. Qs, you can see the 15-minute chart, big push, pull back, big push right there. We come back and tested some support and pushed into the end of the day. You can see the Qs. This is the weekly chart, so we're above this 9 now. That's a big area. We want to hold these levels, and these candles close. They'll close Friday afternoon. We'll get new candles on Monday. We really need to hold these areas. The next stop would be the 20 at 312, so that's another resistance area to worry about when we get there. TLT, the bonds, this chart. Apologize for that. This chart's getting pretty cluttered here. So we're just chopping around with the bonds. We're really not doing anything at all. We're down this morning, I do believe. No, we're up 0.9% now. 0.09%, so not a big deal at all. IWM, once again, we're above the 200. We're above the 9. 20 is the next spot. We need to hold these levels, let this weekly candle close. You can see we're trying to make a difference here. You can tell the market's changing. I would draw, and I need to draw that right now, actually. I should have that drawn. We need to get a line to see what things look like. So we still have a downtrend coming. Let's do this as well. So we've taken that one out. Shrink that. So we still have a downtrend there on the IWM to take out, but what we have taken out some pretty big levels though. If we could just close our and hold them. So the IWM here, we were watching for this bear flag. We were trying to get a break like we got here, a breakdown. We never got it. We come down to support. The support held this time. We end up getting, pushing back up. We're back above this 50 outside of the Bollinger Bands though. So, like we're extended. We can see by the charts that we are overbought. We really need an inside day. Does this mean we can push again today? Absolutely. Does it mean we're going to pull back, that it's a guaranteed pullback? Absolutely not. This market's going to do what it does every day. We're just looking at charts and trying to get an idea of what's going on. We come in here and actively trade the market every day. So IWM, you can see big push yesterday. The push at the end of the day was actually stronger by just about another $1. So I like seeing that it closed strong into the end of the day. Mara, we did have a decent pullback yesterday on volume, but it was on fire. It needed to pull back. Probably some FUD around that. Some of that may have something to do with Tesla, even though the news wasn't out till after 4. Some rumors may have gotten out or about Tesla selling some Bitcoin. That's going to help Bitcoin, or I should say it's not going to help Bitcoin for the short term, and not too sure how it's trading right now. I know it was still down. Hopefully we can get a recovery and get back above that 200. MRO trading pretty flat. Not a big day. MR is a slow mover. It's a strong stock, but it's a slow mover. Meta, you can see right here. So we've been trading. This is the weekly chart. We were trading in this wedge. We took the wedge out down here. We put a base in below the bottom of the wedge. Now we've taken that wedge out on a weekly. We have taken the moving averages, the 9 back to 20 is the next level. But you can see we've even took the top of that wedge out. So big move on Meta. Earnings, when earnings come out, it can make a huge difference. Meta's daily chart back above the 50 there, huge move. We're clearing some really big areas. Meta 15-minute chart right into resistance. It was able to take it out, but closed strong. I like that where it closed on the highs. Those are the stocks we're looking for, stocks that closed on the highs. We want the market leaders. So Microsoft's been struggling a little bit ever since they released the news of layoffs. They haven't been doing as well. They're still in this downtrend here. You can see your downtrend. They're right into it, testing it now. Microsoft, strong day. Then it ended up pulling back, and it didn't have the strength in the end of the day other names had. Moderna, I'm still watching this for a possible short. We got this nice move up, but we got below the 9 here. Price action is getting really tight. You can draw a trend line right there. So we're below the 9, we're below the trend line, and we're below resistance. So actually looking for Moderna to take a move down now. We'll see. I mean, it could still go up. That's not a guaranteed open puts or anything like that. We could still definitely go up. Let's draw another line. I didn't do this. Well, I did and took it back down. But you can draw something like that, and if you were to get a break below the trend line, getting below your candle bodies, you could go in for puts. You want to watch your 20 for your next level. If we take that line out, and of course, if we take it out to the top, this is when you need to set alarms and you need to watch it. If we can push up above that 9, then we're bullish. We push down below that trend line, then we're bearish. 20 is your next level for support if we go down. MRO, we just looked at the 15-minute chart. This is the daily chart. Took back the 20 now. So now we're above the 9, the 200, the 20. We're above this area of support here. Chart is definitely improving on these energy names. This is Norwegian Cruise Line. We're right into the 50 here on this one. This one's been showing some strength, gapping up, but the days, so you can see Monday here pushed and pulled back. Tuesday was just a spinning top, just an easy day. Yesterday we pushed into that 50. Oxy's pulled back here this morning. I'm not sure what's going on there. I know crude's down, but Oxy pulled back big time this morning, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. This is Oxy daily chart. Other than we just pulled back and ruined it, we were above that 50, so I'm not sure where we're going to open up now, but that's exactly where we wanted to be, up above that 50. Palantir finally got a nice candle. So we were looking at this the other day. We're talking about needing to lose the 50 to go down. As long as we held the 50, we would remain looking for bullish setups. Seeing this wick here like that, that's just a sign. Wicks can be a sign of rejection, and it was rejection to the downside. So somebody somewhere didn't want it to go below that 50, and you can see the bulls tried to push it back up. Palantir, nice push here, pulled back to the 20, another nice push, closed on the highs. I like that. QCOM, we've been talking about this. Put this on. Started talking about this last week, and have gotten some really nice pushes right into the 200. This is a big spot. I would like to see this pullback. We're getting extended 2 or 9 now. I would like to see this pullback and reset. I really like the way this 20 and 50 are coming together like that. Like it when the moving averages come together. Roblox still trading tight here. I do believe Roblox has a push coming. You can draw a line right across there. If it takes that out to the, if it takes out that trend line, that's when you go in for calls. Until it takes it out, you got support. You got your 9 very close. I wouldn't be looking for short. And I really wouldn't be looking for longs until it took that trend line out. CRM, this has actually been trading in a tight wedge, and it busted out to the downside. You got a shakeout candle down here. Kind of told you, hey, we don't want to go down, and end up pushing back up. Has taken this wedge out. Maybe CRM can finally get some push to it. Nice move here. Big push up, and after the initial push, we just chopped around, but it had a really big push at open there. SoFi, another one, big push. It didn't close on the end of the day strong, but we did have a really nice push in this one. Some of these charts have made huge improvements. So here's SoFi again. We're out of the downtrend. We've broken out of this wedge, getting very close to the apex, and it finally decided to break out. Markets turned bullish, took the 50 out. So we're trying to peek out of the Bollinger Bands. An inside day would be really good, then a continued push up. Now, this is what's important. This is probably one of the most important charts here. These were critical levels, and we've seen this level right here. We've seen this 9 act as resistance several times. This time, we finally took the 9 out. Not only that, we have taken the downtrend out. So Friday, tomorrow, hopefully we can hold these levels. This candle will close above these levels. Monday's candle can open up above these levels. Then their 20 would be the next level. If you look, well, it's kind of hard to do because I don't have I need the 20-year chart. But if you look, and back in time. When we get back above that 50, so when we have these big pullbacks, even like this COVID time, we took the 200 out. Here we haven't even took the 200 out. But coming back up, when we got back above that 50, it was over. You know, here, got back above the 50, it was over. These pullbacks were not long enough in a period of time. The duration of the pullback wasn't even long enough to really even move the 50. The 50 barely pulled back here, It's turning here. I wish I had my 20-year chart here, because I could show you some more pullbacks where the 50 makes more sense. But getting back above that 50 now, we have a quite a bit to go. And obviously, we got the 20 to power through first. But we get back above that 50 on the weekly, bear market's over, my opinion. But until then, I will still be worried about, a bear market rally. A bear market rally, the market can move 40-50% and then still, pull back. And that has happened. The SPY, we've come right into our gap. I've been talking about this gap for a while. Been talking about how we've been trading in between these two gaps, finally coming to one of them, trying to get this thing filled. Maybe today is the day that we can get that gap filled and we can quit talking about it. So the SPY, big push here, pull back, put in that W pattern we talked about in the recap video. XLK, I just wanted to point this out. This is another chart. This is tech for the S&P 500. This is the tech sector back above the 50 here. You can see with the Qs, we had the ascending triangle. This is more like a wedge here. It's not really, can't call it an ascending triangle because it's not level at the top, but you can see the higher lows, and that's what I told you guys. That was basically what I seen in tech, was looking at these few charts, seeing higher lows getting put in, seeing things change in the market. Tesla, we are still holding this 9. Tesla's been trading pretty flat the last couple of days. It has had earnings. Today will be probably a fun day with it. Not sure which way it's going to go. They did have a earnings beat, so they did better than what was expected. So this morning it's actually up, trying to push its way back up. It is back above the 7. The next area to watch would be 764.60 on that one for resistance. It is pushing up this morning. It looks really good right now. You can see it's been trading really tight. I didn't even, I literally took the chart down and went after NVIDIA and AMD yesterday. Upstart, been putting in this rounded bottom here, tested that 20, got pulled back. Candles are still really tight. A lot of these, we're getting big moves in a lot of these stocks in this market, and Upstart's trading so tight. It's just a little worrisome. Had a big push and then snatched right back, and you could see the wick on the candle. Wells Fargo, once again, we are above the 50 here, holding that, but we're outside the Bollinger Bands. It's another chart that could really use a day off. You can see we traded pretty flat yesterday. Exxon Mobil's powering through some levels. I love how these moving averages are coming together and turning up. Anytime I see that, that's bullish to me. When I see the 9 and 20 coming together and starting to turn up, I actually take trades like that. That's a lot like the setup that I've been scalping on the 1 minute. So you got resistance levels here. We cleared one of them, so we still got another level right about the 90 area to power through. But energy is trying to change. You can see the charts changing. Zim, big push at open and then pull back, kind of dulled right out. Didn't have much of a push at the end of the day. Remember, we're looking for names that pushed, closed strong, preferably. And that concludes our video for today. I hope this is helpful. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the trading room, and stay green.